Got a request for you here. I was chatting with some of my friends from north of the border here just a little while ago, and I kept asking, everybody seemed like they were second or third in the point standings at the tracks up there, and I was, well, who won them all? Turns out it was the guy, and they got on the phone with me right now. I haven't talked to Chris Raabe in quite some time. The 31-year-old is up in Alexandria, Ontario, won a Friday championship at Mohawk, Saturday at Brockville, Ontario, Sunday at Cornwall, also won races out at Brighton as well. And I'm not sure if it's Plattsburgh Airborne or whatever it is, but they've changed the name a few times, but he won out there as well. He is in the shop today getting some work done, so let's head up north of the border. Chris Raabe joins us here. Chris, how you doing, man? I haven't seen you in forever.
I'm doing great, Doug. It's certainly been a while, that's for sure.
Yes, it sure has, and that's my apology. Sorry about that. I got this YouTube channel going, and I kept thinking I got to have video, but now as you can see, we're bringing back some Doug's Dirt Diary things on this. So sounds to me like last year was it maybe your best season yet?
I don't know if it was our best year, but it was definitely a really good one for us. I think we had some pretty good years in the past too, but it was just nice to be competitive this year everywhere, and the summer sometimes gets a little bit long, so when you're running well, it certainly helps keep you motivated and help keep the guys motivated as well.
Well, had you won 3 championships before in a season?
Not in the small block car. We'd done it in Sportsman before, so it was the first time to win all 3 for us in the modifieds.
And it sounds like Mohawk was the track that you won more races at.
Yeah, we had a pretty good year over at Mohawk. I'd say it started off a little bit slow, maybe at the start of the year, and then they had some rain. But we were just lucky enough to kind of get on a fairly good package over there, and it really seemed to work for us towards the end of the year or middle half. And I think a lot of the races over there were really, really close, and we ended up just squeaking out a few of them. So, that might not happen next year.
Gotcha. How was the racetrack itself?
It was pretty good. It's Mohawk's always really fun to race at.
It looks
wide and just a lot of room to race. So, I really enjoy going there, and some good runners over there as well.
Yeah, I've only been there a handful of times. Guys, I'd love to take some laps up there, so if one of you wants to put me in some nut, I'd love to do it. Brockville, of course, a short track is, shorter, obviously, than what we do on Friday nights. How did things go up in Brockville?
Brockville, we ended up with 5 wins on the year. I find it a little bit harder to pass over there. And,
yeah.
It's certainly really hard racing. You got to be up on the wheel, and there was, a lot of nights where you'd start, 12th or 14th, and you'd only get to 5th, and you'd have to be happy with that. But, it was one of our first years running Brockville full time this year, so it was fun to do something different. And Brockville's also a track that's fairly close to home, so it's nice when you don't have to travel that much.
Did you win the championship by a lot, or did you have to really hustle on that last night?
I want to say it was maybe about 20 points or so.
Yeah, so we had to pay attention. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't. Ryan Arbuthnot kept us on our heels, and Kyle Dingwall, he's always good there as well. So they kept us honest, and we had to still get the job done the last night for sure.
A couple years ago, I had a chance to go to Cornwall for the first time. Makes Brockville look big, huh?
Yeah. Cornwall's. It's definitely for a small track, it actually races fairly wide.
I noticed that,
which is good.
Yeah, seems like there's a top and bottom, because I was in the pit stands. So you're kind of sitting a little far away from the track at that point, but it looked very, very racy. So it is almost deceiving to the first time you look at the place, huh?
Yeah, it's especially when they run their long distance races, it really widens out. And,
yeah.
For a quarter mile, it definitely feels a lot bigger than that. That's for sure.
Can it get almost too far out on those big races where the groove is almost over the edge?
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
But I mean, you're right on the lip there at Cornwall some nights too for looking for brown, and lately it's been just kind of black top to bottom too. So you're just carrying momentum and trying to make the circle as big as possible.
Yeah, if you guys have never been, seriously, it's only not even 10 minutes over the border, is it? It's pretty close, right?
Yeah, it's 5-10 minutes across the border, and you're there.
Yeah, go up, take a left. It's on the right-hand side, and there you go. So wonderful place if you guys have never been there. It's not like anything you've seen down here in the States. Told me you're in the garage today. What are we doing?
We're just putting some doors and quarters on last year's car. Not changing the whole body on it, but just kind of trying to spruce up the outside a little bit.
Well, when you win championships, you don't beat up the body as much as if you finished 18th, right?
Wow. We had
Not always, huh?
Where we got beat up, but yeah, it's good just to throw, fresh set of doors and quarters on it, and makes it a little bit easier when you're putting new wraps on too to start the year.
That's true. Wrinkled body, the wraps don't go on very well, so that's a good point. Of course, remember, Chris does run Bicknell Racing Products cars. They are one of our sponsors, so thank you for their support. Tell me one car is new.
Yeah, we got one new car this year, and we got that car, I'd say it's, maybe 80% complete, and then just going through last year's car and just trying to make sure that, everything's up to par and just do the regular maintenance stuff, go through wheel bearings and that type of thing.
Are the cars clones, basically, or is one a little different?
They're pretty much the same car. At least I think they are.
Mm-hmm.
And just a couple of small tweaks. And so hopefully it drives fairly close to last year's car. And, hopefully the setups will kind of translate over from one to the other, but obviously we'll find out pretty quick at the first race.
Ran 3 nights a week that year. That had to be tough. Are you going to try that again this year, or is it time to maybe scale back just a hair?
We'll see. I definitely enjoy racing, 3 nights a week, but this year, with I got a little girl at home now, and obviously the sport's not getting any cheaper, so to run 3 nights a week's a big commitment as well. So we'll just take it one race at a time, and if we're running well, we'll continue to run quite a bit, and if we're not so hot, maybe we'll just tone it back a bit.
Yeah, because you want to spend that time with your daughter, right? Don't want to be out in the shop all the time.
Yeah, I want to do as much with her as I can, and just try to be a good dad. So.
Mm-hmm. So, what is the tentative plan as we sit here on February 25th?
In terms of where we're going to race this year?
Yeah, how much and that kind of stuff, yeah.
Well, we'll probably go to Mohawk again on Friday nights. It's a pretty close spot for us,
okay.
And just enjoy racing there. And then Saturdays right now, it's kind of up in the air whether we're going to, I'd like to get over to Plattsburgh. They're running, I think, 5 or 6 races over there, and then we got potentially go to Quebec or Brockville. So we'll see how it all shakes out,
okay.
And it would just play it by ear.
Of course, there is a DIRTcar 358 race, at Can-Am to get the season started. That is on I believe the 14th and 15th. Yeah, 14th is when the 358's, the 15th the next day with the big blocks. Will we see you on that weekend?
We're gonna go for the small block race for sure. So I think that's the Friday night.
Yes, it is.
And we'll be there for that one. I'd like to maybe get out before that just to
sure.
shake the car down and knock some of the rust off, but I'll have to check the schedules and see what's running.
Okay. Less than a minute now, so I'm only going to ask one more question. And I asked Chris this beforehand, so he kind of knows that it's coming. If a ride became available for some big block races or something down in the States, would you be interested?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think that's the goal for anyone that's in a modified type car is to eventually run big block. But I got my hands full financially on the small block deal right now. So if something opens up, I would definitely entertain it, though. Okay,
so if you guys are interested, get a hold of me. I'll get a hold of Chris, or if you know Chris, just do that. Hey, I appreciate you making time for me, man. Good luck with everything, and we'll wish Gary luck this week. He knows what I'm talking about. So, and stick around. I got a question to ask you off the mic. Okay, man?
All right, thanks a lot, Doug.
Hit the blue E, guys. Subscribe, turn on the notifications, all that cool stuff. Hit the likes, and if you have a request, just send them to Doug at DougsDirtDiary.com. Hit me up on Facebook, or you can just put it in the comments section right here.